Hey guys, Ashley Nicole here with Ashley Nicole Books, and this is the second video of my vlog series on how to write a fiction novel. Today's topic is your first words. For your first words, writing them down can be very intimidating and hard to get out, and I completely understand. Introductions are difficult to write. A lot of people have trouble with them. Now, if you don't have trouble with them, lucky you. That's great. But for those of us that do have trouble, here are some tips. To make a really good introduction for your story, I personally recommend having very little dialogue. Dialogue can confuse a reader if you start off with that because they don't know who's talking, what they sound like, or who these people are in your story. So I recommend starting off with an event that happens in the past or in the future, and then have a flashback or go forward back to your story. This way you can capture your reader by putting them into your story, making them feel like they're there, and then you can put in dialogue or somebody's name, etc. because readers are kind of like people watching from afar. They look at what is happening around them, and then they can be introduced to who those people are talking over there. They look at what they look like, and they can kind of hear what they sound like, but when they actually walk up to them, they can hear the conversation and know what is really going on, rather than just seeing what's going on. So it's good to start off with what they're going to see, what they're going to feel, what they're going to hear, smell, taste, etc. Also, in your introduction, you need to make sure that you don't give away the plot. Instead, introduce the plot in a way that the reader has to figure out what the story is about. For my first book, The Blind Lily, I don't say, "Hi, my name is Lily, and I'm a time manipulator." Instead, I have her in an event that happened. She goes back into the past, and she saves this girl's life. And then she goes back into the present, and she explains to the reader what she is actually going through in her time travel. And the reader understands, hey, she's traveling through time. And then it goes into what she is, and it actually tells the reader, and they get a sense of accomplishment for figuring out who this person was before they told them. And that is a very good way to capture readers. Another thing that you need in your introduction is to introduce your main character, or even your enemy of your main character first. Introducing your character is another good thing to have in your introduction, because then the reader can learn about your character. But don't say, again, like, "Hi, my name is Lily," because that seems very informal, it's not very intriguing, and a reader likes to see what the character is like, what their personality is, how they react to things in life. And that is why I recommend the event, because having the event, they can see what the character does, get a little bit of their personality, understand a little bit of who they are, and then they can add a name to that person, rather than being given a name and having to add on what this person is like. Things that I suggest on how to capture a reader with your first words. Number 1, have very little dialogue, if any at all. Number 2, pick an event and describe what is going on around the character. Number 3, introduce your character. And number 4, postpone the plot point. So those are my 4 tips that you need to know for how to write your first words of your fiction novel. I hope that you have found this video helpful. Feel free to leave a note on my desk, and I will respond as soon as possible. Thanks for watching Ashley Nicole Books. Bye!